Okay.
All right, I call the meeting to order at whatever time it is, 4:05. Would you please call roll call?
Yes, Craig Leggett.
Here.
Michael Biddle.
Here.
Brian Campbell.
Here.
Ginny Sullivan.
Here.
Mike Wild. Bruce. Nick Caimano.
Here.
Dave O'Brien.
He's here.
Okay, is there anyone else on the line?
I'm
here,
Kara, okay, anyone else?
Tom here.
Okay, Tom, who else?
Was Lester on? I'm still here. Lester.
So I have Kara, Lester, and Tom. Anyone else?
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes as mailed. Tom Campbell. Second, Nick. Second, Nick. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Craig Leggett.
Yes.
Michael Biddle.
Yes.
Brian Campbell.
Yes.
Ginny Sullivan.
Yes.
Mike Wild.
Yes.
Dan Bruno.
Yes.
Nick Caimano.
Yes.
Dave O'Brien.
Yes. Next order of business is to look at the payables and get a motion to approve the payables.
Craig here. I'll make a motion, then would like to discuss once it's on the table.
I'll second it. Brian Campbell, I'll second it. Whatever. Okay. And there is a question.
On for WDR, those fees for both this and the CDC, was that a flat rate?
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was flat rate.
Yeah, thank you. I thought so. Thank you.
Any other questions?
And then the Jarrett Engineering, is that wetlands related? Or?
It's all inclusive.
Okay. Thank you.
It looks like for 3 months.
Okay.
Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Craig Leggett.
Yes.
Michael Biddle.
Yes.
Brian Campbell.
Yes.
Ginny Sullivan.
Yes.
Mike Wild.
Yes.
Dan Bruno.
Yes.
Nick Caimano. Nick, are you there?
Oh, I'm sorry, I had the mute on. Yes.
Dave O'Brien.
Yes. Carrie, any pilot billing updates?
No, nothing has changed since the last meeting. I'm still waiting on the two projects that have yet to pay their town and county and special district taxes. They both did reach out to me, told me that they're well aware that they're late, and I did send them out revised statements, including the additional late fees.
Recapture update.
You want me to go? I can go over what we have from the last meeting. So we received all the figures from we received all the figures on 354 Broadway, Market 32 in Fort Edward project. And I just signed out of this on accident. So they have reported, we have all the reports, and they have reported under. So specifically 354 Broadway was allocated for, they had an exemption of $29,750 and they reported $29,750. Price Chopper was authorized at $552,023. They reported that they used $513,735.49. And they also had a third-party appointment to Bath Hatfield. They were allotted $326,340, and they used $112,648.51. So, based on the review of all the SC340s and their authorization, they have not gone over on their project sales tax. The next one is LG Plaza, and we were still waiting for some information from them. Price Chopper on their project received, wait, I just write this down. Okay, wrong. Sorry, I have the wrong thing. Okay. So, LG Plaza, Price Chopper, this is the in Warrensburg project. LG Plaza was the developer. They were authorized at $295,820 worth of sales tax exemption, and they reported using $38,974 over. Then we received the figures from Price Chopper. Price Chopper reported on the same project. Okay. They reported that they used $152,504.78 of their $368,900. So the total project came in under. LG was over. So I just got the Price Chopper numbers today. So I would request that I have an opportunity to take a look at those and follow up with LG Plaza and Price Chopper to be sure that the total project is under, as opposed to if one party is over versus the other. I just want to make sure that we're either under or we're not on this particular project. Right now, if you combine both authorizations, they're under, but they closed at different times, so they had different authorizations.
So what does, so we'll follow up with them to see what they say and make sure they got the numbers correct and see what they.
Yeah, what I would suggest is that we reach out to them simultaneously and indicate, the numbers that we've been provided, versus the authorization, and they can confirm with us, if in fact LG did go over, then we can visit the recapture situation. But the total project cost is under by over $100,000 of the authorization.
Okay.
The total authorization on this particular project was, was nearly $700,000, and they're under. They're about $487 and change.
Are they totally done, Kara?
Yeah, this is the Lake George, or not Lake George, Warrensburg Plaza up in right off the exit where the Price Chopper is. This project was completed sometime in 2014.
But so we're way under. It's just one part might be over, and we might have to recapture on that. Am I getting that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I just got the price. I just took a look at the Price Chopper numbers tonight, and so I just wanted to double check. And I think it's we go back to them and just have them verify. Say, look, LG Plaza, it looks like you're over. Did you account for any expenditures that maybe were really run through Price Chopper?
Okay. And then the next step from there would be if they can't justify the numbers, we'd have to send a letter asking for the explain the process from there.
Authorization, and you've determined that under General Municipal Law 875, we have an obligation to recapture. So we would reach out to them, indicate that the numbers indicate that the items that they've reported indicate that they're over by $38,974. We would ask them to remit that to us. The law indicates there's a 30 days, within 30 days, whatever they remit to us, we need to then remit to the state. So we would give them a time frame within which they provide us the money or their explanation. Whatever they turn over to us, we would then turn over to tax and finance with the explanation as to here it is 100%, here it is, they haven't turned over anything to us. And then, it's really up to you how far you as a board want to pursue that after you've made the initial filing with tax and finance. There is no obligation for you to pursue it beyond making your attempt to recapture and then reporting to tax and finance.
And then it would be up to tax and finance to pursue that?
Correct. Then it would be in tax and finance, and if they want to do their independent research that based on the SB 340s that they filed with tax and finance directly, then they would review those, and then it's up to tax and finance if they want to commence an action against them for the recapture.
Okay. Any questions on that? Any questions? Okay.
No.
And fire tech, we are submitting recapture, right?
Yeah, and they've acknowledged they're going to send us up to 696, and we'll just remit that to the state once we receive it.
Okay.
That's
And hopefully we'll keep on $6.96, right?
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll stay on top of this from now on so that we don't have this happen again and get far away from us. I think there's one more we're still waiting for some figures for, but we think it's okay, but we're still waiting for the 340s from them. Anything else on recapture?
Not for me.
Okay. Allie, anything else?
No.
Dewatering facility update. Well, things got interesting last week. Actually about 10 days ago, I got a call from the WL. They want to try and close by June 30th. They have their attorneys on it. They expect to submit all the subdivision and zoning to the board. Kara's already been in contact with Matt Fuller, who's going to run the effort for both village and town. So they are hopeful that as soon as they get the information from them, they can start doing their work and get it done by June 30th so we can close. There's another list of stuff that we're looking at. Another list of action items we have, mostly concerning the road. So we're working on those. And that's the latest update. Any questions on that? Mr. Chairman, driving hard? Yes.
Very good. Will the planning boards be operational to pass that subdivision?
They've committed to get the subdivision done. They can do it by video. So that's what they're planning on. But Kara's talking to Matt Fuller about it, so they are looking at it. We need our own subdivision done for the road acquisition. So those are going to be run in parallel by Matt Fuller and the town and from the village and town. But this is too important for them. They are committed to getting it done.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have any actual meetings right now. My understanding, when I spoke to Matt, he indicated that the application
I couldn't hear that, number one.
Oh, sorry. When I spoke to Matt last week, they don't have a meeting scheduled right now, but if they do receive an application, that would trigger them to make a determination to schedule a meeting. Matt asked me to submit them hard copies for all members so they can circulate those. So the maps I should be able to get tomorrow, and then we'll be able to get that delivered to the town and the village. We do have to make application to the village also because there's not a joint review possibility. So there's one little piece that's in the village that we need to make an application there as well. So we're working towards that. And I know that I introduced him virtually to the council for WL, and so they've all kind of connected last week.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Road and planning, I just sent out, Craig, Craig, can you follow up on that? Where are we? About the road? Yes. So we've had a conversation with Fort Edward, and I just sent out the MOU, proposed MOU to people to review. And hopefully we can get that settled, because based on that, there's other things we may have to do. So I would hope we can review that, Lester, and I will make sure the rest of the board gets that too to review, to make sure we can view it and make sure that we can get that done so we can move on to the next phase. Okay, so we did get the deed to the road reviewed. They had one suggestion. We're making that suggestion. Then it should come back to me for signatures. So before I sign that, I will call a special meeting so we're going to approve the me signing the deed. And I'll make sure you have the deed before we do that. Okay. Okay. Any other questions on that? Sales and marketing. You don't have anything, right, Mike?
No, sir, not at this time, except for the things we've been doing as far as the grant and the letter writing advocacy from our elected officials.
So we did have I think you got a copy of the grant. We did submit a grant for a feasibility study. The total grant number we're looking at getting is $100,000. We have $20,000 to be approved by the board for a match. And Hudson Falls Village has offered $5,000, so the total amount of the grant will be $125,000. That's been submitted as of April 15th. Pardon?
Fort Edward Village or Hudson Falls Village?
Fort Edward Village.
Yes, you said Hudson Falls.
Okay, sorry, it's Fort Edward Village.
No, I just wanted to clarify.
Okay. And Jack's not on the phone, is he? I tried to get a hold of him early today to get an update. I didn't get a hold of him. Brian, have you heard anything on the teleconference purchase?
No, I have not.
Okay. I think they're still interested. I think he's still chasing it down, so we'll see. All right, new business. Jarrett contract. At the last meeting, Mike had a couple questions. I guess the board had a couple questions, and he did give some amended language, proposed amended language. And I think Tom's on the phone, so if you have any questions or comments, he's free to answer those questions. Or I should say available.
Hey, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Nick here. Just a quickie. What were the questions? I was at the last meeting. I'm sorry to say. What were the questions?
It revolved around what would happen to the materials he's done for us over the years if, in fact, they discontinued business or there was another firm involved. What would be the access to those materials? And according to his current contract, the current contract, like most others say, is that the proprietary information belongs to them and stays with them. And they provide, they still provide us copies of everything. He did in the conversation with me, said he'd offer to give us a copy of everything they haven't filed electronically. So that was what came up, and we'll start the conversation there.
Okay, thank you, sir.
This is Tom. Can I jump in with a thought first? I sent an email to you, Dave, and copied Ally on it last week, documenting that, number one, we provided copies of all of our submissions and all pertinent correspondence over the years. I'm hoping they're in the files. If Ally can't find them, then we can amend those files, provide additional copies now of pertinent submissions. And number two or number three, however you look at it, we do maintain electronic files of all of our submissions for at least 10 years and would provide those copies upon request if for some reason we cease to do business with the IDA. And I added a clause to that effect to our proposed agreement.
Okay, this is Mike.
Thanks, Tom. Yes, Mike.
Hi, thanks.
Yeah.
I was just really looking for the raw electronic data. There's a survey, there's data points in some type of CAD type software. And that's really the things that I was concerned about in terms of moving forward with. Is that included in the way this proposal and contract has been rewritten?
As opposed to just, say, PDFs, you're talking about it, source files like AutoCAD files and the like?
Exactly, yes.
Those can be provided for sure. We have not provided AutoCAD files to date, but I don't think we have a problem providing AutoCAD files either now or as requested.
Thanks. That's really what the root of it was. Because the AutoCAD files are basically a big component of the electronic data that you derive all your decisions from. And my only question was, what happens if we have to recreate this? And since we
I'm sorry, my intent is that you would not have to recreate these. We're willing to provide copies of any files now, or if we cease to do business at that time. The reason that consulting firms typically own the own the documents is that we don't want them misused if they fall in the wrong hands. So technically we own them, but certainly you as the client would have access to use them for the appropriate purposes.
Okay. I believe my questions have been satisfied, David. Thank you, Tom.
Okay, well, good. With that, I'll entertain a motion. If anyone else has any questions, I'll entertain a motion to approve the contract as rewritten.
I'll move that, Dave.
It's moved by Brian.
Yep.
Mike seconded. Roll call, please, Ally.
Craig Leggett,
Yes.
Michael Biddle,
Yes.
Brian Campbell,
Yes.
Jenny Sullivan,
Yes.
Mike Wild,
Yes.
Dan Bruno,
Yes.
Nick Caimano, Nick, are you there? Dave O'Brien.
Yes. Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Nick,
Something happened to my phone when I got out, and now I'm back in. If you voted on Jared, I might vote on.
we did vote.
Okay, so there was an yes? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
This is Tom. Can I jump in? Ally, I'll make sure that we have the right documents. And number two, if there's anything missing from your file or anything Mike would like right now, let me know and we'll deal with that right now.
Okay, I'm not quite sure what we're supposed to have, so I don't know how to check.
No. Yeah, okay. It may not be anything you need to address immediately, but we're certainly willing to do so if there's any questions.
Okay.
Valley, this is Mike. No worries. I'm just thinking about going forward, so I think we're good right now.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Year-end reporting. Valley?
Yes, as it was discussed at the executive park meeting, the Paris reports for IDA and CDC were submitted on March 31st in time. And I haven't heard anything at all, good or bad. So I'm going to assume no news is good news at this point.
Good. Very good to get it done by this time. We were 6 months earlier than last year. Okay. During the COVID crisis, we normally have a requirement, 2 signatures for checks over $600. But because it may be hard to get 2 people together, I'd like to get a motion to suspend that during this period of time so that we don't have to chase people around to get 2 checks.
I'll move it.
And who's that?
Nick.
Nick moved it. Do I have a second?
Jenny will second.
Jenny, a second. I've already talked to the bank, and they have no problem with that. It's more than what they said was more an internal requirement than it is for a bank requirement.
Okay.
Roll call, please, Ally.
Craig Leggett,
Yeah.
Michael Biddle,
Yes.
Brian Campbell,
Yes.
Ginny Sullivan,
Yes.
Mike Wild,
Yes.
Dan Bruno,
Yes.
Nick Caimano,
Yes.
Dave O'Brien.
Yes. Okay. We had one additional addition to the we already talked about the USD feasibility study. We had one addition today, late addition. High Collection's been in contact with Glens Falls National Bank asking for interest-only payments for the 90 days. It's the same thing we did for Silver Bay. So, resolutions are identical.
Yeah, I'll move that. I'll move that. Nick.
Moved by Nick, do I have a second? Second by Craig. Second by Craig. Any further discussion? Roll call, please, Al.
Craig Leggett,
Yes.
Michael Biddle,
Yes, ma'am.
Brian Campbell,
Yes.
Ginny Sullivan,
I'll abstain.
Mike Wild,
Yes.
Dan Bruno,
Yes.
Nick Caimano,
Yes.
Dave O'Brien.
Yes. One last note I had was that, Mike, you had a question to bring up about Scammahorn?
I did, Dave. Thank you. My question was related to whether or not the IDA could offer benefits for affordable housing. I didn't know if this was possible, but after talking with Rich Skimmelhorn, one of the big issues that he has in terms of developing these properties is taxes. And I didn't know if we could help out with that, with pilot programs and the like, but if that is the case, it might open the opportunity for more investment into affordable housing. And we all know if we're trying to build businesses in the area, we can't really go so far without workforce needs housing. So that was my thought process. And I don't know, Dave, if you've had any chance to dig into that to see if that was possible.
I have not, but I think Kara could get the answer for us.
Yeah, I mean, I could take a look into it and see if, things will be changing in light of the circumstances. Also, and most commonly, it's affordable housing for senior affordable housing. addition, apartments have been approved by IDAs because they have some commercial component with them. But I don't know if affordable housing as far as a single family residence. I don't believe that those have been approved in the past by IDAs, but I can definitely look into it.
No, it's like, again, I was thinking more of the lines of apartments.
Yeah, so apartments have been approved based on, sometimes they're combined with a commercial component. For instance, the Bonaccio apartment structure in Glens Falls, that's an IDA project, because they combine it with a commercial component. There is some, I can send you, there's some, I'll send you some materials on it regarding how other IDAs have approved it based on the conditions in the community, etc. But it's kind of on a case-by-case basis.
But it is possible, so that's what I was looking for. Karen, if you could send me that, I'll pass it
Yeah,
along.
sure. I'd be happy to.
I don't know, just a little background for everyone. Occasionally, as I go to meet with individuals across Warren County in the different towns, there's the discussion about broadband and so forth, but then we get into housing, and one of the things that's happening up in the North Country is that some of the housing is being repurposed as vacation rentals or second homes, which is limiting the amount of affordable housing that exists to support, let's just say in North Creek for the nursing facilities they have there. So that's kind of what spun me up on this. I'm thinking there might be some other way of doing it, and I look forward to whatever you can send me and see if we can make something work.
Sure, I'll send that to Allie, and then she can circulate it to everyone so everybody can take a look at it.
Thank you.
Good. Thanks, Al. Anything else to come before the board for the IDA?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I have a procedural question for you. I'm a little concerned about the roll call. I know we're always under spyglass with the state. We have the Post-Star looking at us, making sure we're doing everything right, and we even have supervisors wondering about it too. I noticed that we have Bruno and myself back to back on the roll call, and I'm sure that sooner or later somebody's going to be, especially when they find out Biddle's partly Italian, somebody's going to consider that we may be run by the mafia. So I just bring that up.
It's a good point. All right.
Maybe if we had one first and one last, they would know we were run by the mafia.
Does Debbie know that the income derived from the IDA and she has to report that to the tax system?
All right, let's not go too far astray here.
You got to have some fun.
Any other comments for the public good?
Move to adjourn.
Moved by Nick Camano to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Michael Biddle, second.
Roll call, please.
Craig Leggett,
Yes.
Michael Biddle,
Yes, ma'am.
Brian Campbell,
Yes.
Ginny Sullivan,
Yeah.
Mike Wild,
Yes.
Dan Bruno,
Yes.
Nick Caimano,
Under duress, yes.
Dave O'Brien.
Yes. All right, I'd like to call the CDC meeting to order. Should I jump off, Dave? Yeah, Tom, thanks.
Okay, thank you. Take care, all.
You too.
Yeah, thanks.
Roll call, please.
Craig Leggett,
Here.
Michael Biddle,
Yes.
Brian Campbell,
Yes.
Ginny Sullivan,
Yes.
Mike Wild,
Present.
Dan Bruno?
Here.
Bruce, are you on yet? Okay.
What? Yes.
Bruce Ferguson? Bruce, is that you?
No.
Oh, okay. Nick Caimano?
Yes.
Dave O'Brien?
Yes. All right, first item of motion is I need a motion to approve the minutes of the last board meeting as mailed.
Nick moves it.
Nick moves them. Do I have a second?
Brian seconds.
Brian seconds. Roll call, please.
Craig Leggett?
Yes.
Michael Biddle?
Yes.
Brian Campbell?
Yes.
Ginny Sullivan?
Yes.
Mike Wild?
Yes.
Dan Bruno?
Yes.
Nick Caimano?
Yes.
Dave O'Brien?
Yes. And next, motion carried. Next is accounts payable. We have two. Any questions on the
So
payable?
moved.
Moved by Brian. Do I have a second? Second by Craig. Second by Craig. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Craig Leggett?
Yes.
Michael Biddle?
Yes, ma'am.
Brian Campbell?
Yes.
Ginny Sullivan?
Yes.
Mike Wild?
Yes.
Dan Bruno?
Yes.
Nick Caimano?
D.
Dave O'Brien?
Yes. Carrie, anything for the benefit of the organization? Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second by Nick, and be well, boys. Figure it out.
Well, roll call, please, Ally.
Craig Leggett?
Yes.
Michael Biddle?
Yes, ma'am.
Brian Campbell?
Yes.
Ginny Sullivan?
Yes.
Mike Wild?
Yes.
Dan Bruno?
Yes.
Nick Caimano?
Yes.
Dave O'Brien?
Yes. Thank you all and be safe.
You too.
Two.
Thank you. God bless.